Hello, everybody. I'm Mikey.
And I'm Corey.
Every week we discuss and review a new book, movie, album, TV show, or honestly any piece of art or culture that ourselves and you guys choose. This is Mind Control. So there was these people who were being kidnapped and mind controlled.
Exactly, dude. And I can totally see how that happened. Because, like, imagine if you were just given acid or just drugs like that that are so disorienting for hours and hours on end and never being able to come down and not feeling safe and having somebody tell you things and accuse you of things, you know? Yeah.
Mind control. That's how we do it, baby. GG's. Mind control.
On today's episode of Mind Control, we are going to be discussing the third studio album released by recording artist Isaiah Rashad, The House is Burning. Released on July 30th, 2021 by Top Dog Entertainment and Warner Records, The House is Burning pays homage to Southern hip-hop as well as showcasing Isaiah Rashad's one-of-a-kind style over 16 exquisitely produced tracks, clocking in at 48 minutes, making it ideal for repeated listenings. The list of producers consists of Devin Malik, Cal Banks, Kenny Beats, and Hollywood Cole, to name a few. Aside from the production and Isaiah Rashad's one-of-a-kind style, the album also features artists Lil Uzi Vert, Duke Deuce, Smino, Amindi, J-Rock, Jay Worthy, Cal Banks, Doechii, YG Tut, SZA, and Black. Isaiah Rashad was born on May 16, 1991 in Chattanooga, Tennessee, and in March of 2013, he signed to Top Dog Entertainment. After his signing, he went on to release the Sylvia demo on January 28, 2014, to be followed up by the Sun's Tirade on September 2, 2016. Fans were forced to wait 5 years after the Sun's Tirade for Isaiah's return, and he does not disappoint. This is Isaiah Rashad's The House is Burning.
It's cool. It's interesting.
All right.
I think you might like it, yeah.
So,
Yeah.
no, I'm not. You're way more cultured than me, bro. Like I feel like you read books and shit that I've never like read. Like, yeah, did you read? When did you read Animal Farm? Probably in school, huh?
Yeah, see, that's the only reason I read it. And then I didn't know what it was about, though, until like a little later. And then I found out it was about like all the fucking dictators, like Stalin and all of them. I was like, dude, that's so crazy. It's such an interesting. And then, dude, that's like where the Pink Floyd album came from.
Yeah, that's what I don't know if you saw that Instagram thing where I like. I'm gonna start doing that more as like trying to like message you through the mind control story, and we had like pen pals, kind of like a public back and forth when we talk about shit.
All right, I'll do it back. Yeah. No, it would be.
Yeah, keep people involved, but no, yeah, fuck yeah, that shit was. Wait, what were we just talking about? What were we just talking about? After you, Green Knight, I brought up something. Or there was a
we're talking about Animal Farm.
Animal Farm, Pink Floyd. Yeah, that was crazy because like I didn't even think about it until halfway through reading Animal Farm. Like I didn't even know that there was a connection at all. But it was like as I was reading Animal Farm, I'm like, why do I feel like I know these ideas and like these concepts? Yeah, it's because of that fucking album. And I was like, oh shit, okay. Yeah, so that was
I know, dude. It's kind of cool that like albums, like some albums do that, you know.
Yeah.
Like they did that a lot. And then, dude, 1984. You said you haven't read that, huh?
I started it. I started the first few pages.
Okay. I was gonna say we should do that one. That one's like one had so much to do with like what just happened with everything too. You know, it's pretty crazy. It's all about like it's because a big part of the. Just everything like with the president, everything COVID, because like the whole book is pretty much about like how like information is almost used, like false information is used to negate real information, and how like the public can totally be swayed either way just by manipulating what's being put out on the media and everything. Because that whole book's about like government manipulation and how they do it. It's an interesting book. You should get into it. Once you get into the main plot, it's like, oh shit, it's pretty crazy.
It's funny because I for the longest I'd never really thought about it, but it's fiction. It's a fucking story. I had no idea. I thought it was like nonfiction for some reason until recently.
Dude, It's crazy that they are fiction, but like they have so many parallels to things that end up happening years later. You know, it's like almost like they knew.
Yeah, it's weird.
Or that somebody read that book and they're like, "That's a good idea. Maybe we should do that."
It's like that's one of the things I've been realizing is like that's why I'm getting so much into history lately. Is like it's just lessons about us. Like it's just so much fucking we can learn about ourselves. It's people are fucking dumb to it, ignorant to it all.
Dude, I know. It's I always wish when I just because when I was in school, I always thought history was boring as fuck. And now that I'm guessing too, it's probably the teachers were boring as fuck because like when you learn history, like in certain ways, like it's so fucking interesting. Like it's crazy. And it's crazy. It is crazy to see how like everything kind of comes back around. Or just like when we did the immortality key, how like so many things from Greece are still things that we use to this day.
Exactly.
And like, yeah. And like, it trips me out with like movies too. Like, cause I didn't realize this till recently, not recently, but that like so many movies, so many things you see are just like reiterations of either old movies or books, like, you know, or like they're exactly the theme from that book, but they've twisted it into something for them. But it's like crazy, like how the Lion King is based off of Hamlet, you know, it's like, it's crazy.
Dude, I really want you to listen to these lectures that I've been listening to. And there's like 25 of them and they're like over 2.5 hours long. But basically it's Jordan Peterson takes the stories from the Bible and talks about like the psychological values and lessons you can learn from those stories. So he takes basically like a mental and psychological look at all the stories of the Bible, and he starts.
Is he religious at all? Not that it matters.
He has like a complicated way of being like Christian in a sense that in a way it's like really complicated to say, but in a simple way, he views Christianity as like this. And I don't know. I don't really want to put words in his mouth, but in my opinion, it seems like he has this view of Christianity. Like it's like kind of like I was talking to you about, like the morals of Christianity and the lessons of the Bible, you know, or just kind of like it's not necessarily the religious aspect and like you believe in
the lessons that are in it. Yeah,
exactly. That's kind of it's an extremely oversimplified way of putting it.
So kind of like how like I would like in kind of like how Greeks like kind of view like the Greek gods and stuff now. Like everybody, they don't believe in them in the way where like, oh, I'm worshiping Zeus, but there's a lot of stories. There's a lot of lessons to be learned by reading these old stories about them.
Yeah. Is that how Greek people nowadays believe?
Because people don't really they don't worship the gods. Like, I don't even know how long they really worship the gods like that for, you know? I think that was just ancient. But, you know, the stories are still told in various different ways, you know, because of the lessons and just things.
Yeah.
Because, like, dude, a lot of Greek religion, like, a lot of the stories are just ways of explaining things that they didn't know how to explain at the time, you know?
Exactly. And that's what basically Jordan Peterson does in these lectures. I only watched 2 of them so far, but it's like that's like over 4.5 hours of content. And it's like, it's wild to see these connections. Yeah, I'll send it to you. But it's wild to see these connections and like these lessons that are deep within the Bible, within just lines, like how he breaks down how God just saying, and God said, let there be light. Like that alone, he breaks down for like fucking 30 minutes. It's like, it's wild. It's kind of his interpretation of it is.
Hey, that is a bar, though.
That's a bar.
That is a bar in the Bible, for sure. That is a bar, you know? It's been used, too, you know?
Absolutely.
It's for sure. But I guess we'll get into Fib, the house is burning.
I was going to say, how are we going to... what's the word? Goddamn. Transition. Yeah, there's another way. Segue.
We could
from
start
God
over with
to
Hey Mon. You know? Dude, when you said that to me, I was cracking up because like I said it a couple times out there, but nobody laughed, and I was like, "Dude, that's my favorite part."
So for those who don't know, Corey was at in Hawaii for like a week, right? A week.
Yeah. I was supposed to be there. I was supposed to come back on Tuesday, but then I got drunk and rescheduled the flight and just stood an extra night because I was like, "Fuck it." But it's cool to be back now, though, dude. But honestly, dude, like going, like I was like, "Fuck!" After going. Like that's what I want to do now. Like I want to start saving my money and traveling. Like I want to go to concerts and shit, but I want to start traveling more. Because like I felt like I don't know, it almost felt like a drug experience in a way, you know, but like without obviously the drug, you know, like it just felt like I felt like a little refreshed, you know, like kind of clean, like and just being around different difference is like nice, you know?
Absolutely.
It was cool.
I can only imagine. I was jealous the whole time. And it is like a drug experience. I think that is like actual vacations and just like seeing new things and experiencing new things, being in new places. It obviously releases new chemicals in your body the same way a drug does. So it's like vacation.
No, we got to go somewhere, bro. Let's go to Mexico. I've never been to Mexico. I want to go to like Cancun or something, like a pretty part of, like a safe, like a pretty part of Mexico. You know, we'll go to a part where it's like safe. You know, like a resort.
Monica always says that too. She wants to go to Mexico, so she'd probably be down. But I'm
dude. The all-inclusive resorts, dude. Some of them they're fucking cheap, and you get drink and food, and like obviously we wouldn't probably leave the resort because I'd probably get kidnapped, you know, or something. Like I'd be the person to I'd be the person to get robbed out there for sure.
With a sharpened screwdriver, dude. You remember Michael from Wendy's with the yellow car who used you remember him?
I think so. Yeah.
I can't even say what we used to call him. Oh my god, how fucking much of a cancelable of offense was his, oh my god, just his nickname. Anyways,
I know. Like I call him Michael.
He told me that he got robbed with a sharpened screwdriver in Mexico before. Yeah,
that's crazy.
So he's the one who always freaked me out about it. That's why I've always been like, nah, I'm good. But I want to go to New York in November on my birthday. There's actually a UFC that's might be out there at the Madison Square Garden. So
like Rashad. I love it, dude. I love that. And, I've always wanted to go to Madison Square Garden.
Yeah. I love that, dude. I've been trying to plan it with Monica because there's a UFC, and then it's like I'm trying to on my birthday, so I want to go out.
Let me know how much like tickets there are and shit, because I'd be down, especially if it wasn't for that long, you know.
Yeah, just a couple nights.
Yeah. If it was, because I know New York is kind of expensive though.
Yeah,
like actually being out there. Yeah,
that's why I've never been though. If we go and we just eat and then go to the UFC, I'm like, we don't really got to do a bunch of shit. This is just be like an introduction to New York. Like,
exactly. You know? And honestly, dude, New York, you just walk around and shit and like see shit, you know.
Exactly.
Yeah, no, dude. Yeah, let me know how much all that is. For sure. Daniel's in Mexico right now. No,
is he? I don't even know. That fool takes off.
I thought him and Jill were going to Mexico. I thought he said something. But maybe it wasn't.
They were just in the snow. Were they just in the snow?
Oh, really? Maybe it wasn't Mexico then.
Yeah, I think I just saw them in the snow. But that could have been old pictures though too. I don't know. Who knows what that for? He could be on the moon right now. I wouldn't be surprised.
That's true. Yeah,
chilling.
He probably is on the
moon. Let's go. Let's get into it. House is burning.
Yeah.
I pushed this hard. I was like pushing to do an episode on this album hard, and I don't. It's like the first two albums were so deeply connected to me, like because I was like in those zones, like when I was getting drunk and driving like an idiot, but it was just like that. Yeah. I feel like Isaiah Rashad just had that perfect drunk vibe to me. So when I would get drunk and like be feeling good vibes, that was my soundtrack to my life in a sense, right? And so that's why I was like, I pushed it so hard, and I'm curious. That's why I pushed it hard. I obviously really, really liked it, but I'm curious as to what you thought. I'd rather hear your thoughts.
So I liked it. I fucking love it now. I do like it a lot. The first time I heard it, actually, I did like it the first time I heard it. I just like the soundscape and the way he just has a sound about him, you know, like that's like the last album too. And like the Clivia demos too, like they have like that album has a sound. And then, I mean, honestly, what is the Sun's Tirade is really good, but I feel like it's a little too long. The Sun's Tirade, like it gets long at the end. Cause like there's like 20 something songs and even though the album's great, like I feel like it's long. So I really like this one. I like that it's like 47 minutes or something like that. It's really cool.
It is shorter, huh? I didn't even notice that it was shorter like that.
Yeah, a lot shorter. And then it's just like I feel like lyrically, like he's not always like, it's not like Kendrick lyrically, but I feel like the way he puts the words together and some of the phrases he uses, like for instance, Claymore, like I had to look it up. I didn't know what he was talking about, but like Claymore is like a big blade, and like Claymore, what does he say? Let's swang. All right. And then it's like, it's
damn, I didn't even know
it's kind of a dope, like, it's kind of a dope way to kind of say like, let's kick it, you know, like like he's talking about a chick like Claymore, let's swing. Like I'm like, you know, like it's dope. Like I like when he does things like that. He does it on a couple other songs too. Like there's just interesting ways of saying it. And then also I was reading about how he was saying like this album also is like a lot of the songs are kind of like an ode to like what he grew up on, like Southern music and stuff. Because he gave an interview too saying like how a lot of people hear Southern music and they think like, oh, that they sound stupid, like they sound like they're just getting fucked up or they sound dumb. And he's kind of saying like I grew up on this music and it really is so much more than that. And I feel like it is like, cause like it's not always like about the lyrics. Like sometimes it is about the way you're putting the sounds together and like coming up with this style that's like your own. Like, you know, it's Isaiah Rashad, you know, when you hear it, and it's I really like it. And I really like some of the I like it. It was good.
Oh yeah.
But to get into the songs,
what is your hesitation though? I sense hesitation in your like it though. And
No. So I love it.
Yeah.
I love it a lot. But with the whole "The House Is Burning" the cover, I guess I expected there to be more of a concept to it, which I don't mind because honestly, not many people really do that, and even the people who do that don't always do it well, you know. So I thought there was going to be like, especially because the last one was a son's tirade. I thought there was gonna, and there is kind of a theme to it, you know. There's like this darkness and about addiction and about him coming off of addiction. So there is that, you know. But I thought there would be more, maybe a story. But I mean, that's just me being pretentious. You know?
Well, I mean,
so
I get what you're saying. Honestly, I like I said, I pushed the album because I fucking fuck with Isaiah Rashad so hard. I love the albums. And this one, my first listening to it, I knew I had to drink. I got 2 tall cans, and right when it came out at 9, I updated Spotify. Was there. I put my fucking Bose headphones on with the noise canceling, and was out in the front yard drinking, and then came in the house and was drinking and moving with the album. So I was like drinking and fucking in the living room by myself in the dark. Hi. And I would like vibed with the music hard, you know what I'm saying? So upon my first listen, I really enjoyed it. There were but at the same time, and I do love it, and I like it for the, you know, like a lot of the reasons that you said, but there is some sort of like there's a storytelling, lyrical, conceptual Isaiah Rashad that we only get glimpses of throughout his albums, no matter what they are. You know what I'm saying? I think we saw it a lot on Sun's Tirade, but it was like I felt like I wanted that kind of side of to learn more about his storytelling, conceptual kind of shit, something more. I guess, you know what I'm saying? You get what I'm saying? Obvious, I guess, something more cohesive or something like I thought there would be an evolution of his artistry, I guess, and I think that there was absolutely, but it wasn't in the way that I thought it was going to be. It was kind of like I see Isaiah Rashad now as like this master vibe teller, not instead of a storyteller.
Vibe teller.
If that makes sense.
No, hey, bro, that's actually it's a good way to put it. Because, dude, he is like for sure. No matter what, like that's what I like about the album too. It's like I think I told you that too when we were texting about it, or maybe I told Frankie. But that's what I really like about it is even though lyrically, like it's not always like. There's not crazy bars everywhere through the album, and there's not always like a story going on. There's a fucking feeling in the songs though. Like I feel like you said, like it's something that I drink or smoke something and drive, and like just like the Clivia demos, like some of those songs, like you just fucking roll up a blunt and like it's just like a fucking feeling, you know.
For sure.
You just got to be there in the music with it, you know, which is kind of cool because like a lot of artists can rap, but they can't always give you a feeling like that, you know, just because. And I like that a lot. Like this, like last night, actually, I was drinking and I was fucking bumping this album. And I was like, because I was getting ready for the day too. And I was like, man, this shit is just like, I love every song now. So it's like everything just hits for me.
For sure. Yeah. It's funny. I was listening to it all day today too. And it was just like, there's something about it that's like, it's almost like I play it and I get so lost in it that I forget that I'm listening to it. Kind of like, it's like hard to pay attention to because it's, if that makes sense, like I don't know how to explain it. Like it's weird for me. It's like such perfect background music that it kind of like
it forces me to live like kind of like, I don't know how to explain it. Some music draws you into it, and this kind of like draws me out of it in a good way. If that makes, I don't know, it's weird to me. It's like a perfect background music. Like if I typed in chill lo-fi hip hop rapper from the South on
From the
YouTube,
South.
chill mix, lo-fi mix or something like that, this would be, and I could play his shit, all 3 of his albums on loop. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's perfect. It's like, you know, I don't know. But there was something that I was expecting that was going to be a little bit more, you know, a little bit more cohesive. But I do think that, you know, we'll get that. And I'm hoping that now we get more music. And
that's what he said. He said he's
yeah,
hoping,
exactly.
no more 5 years in between shit, you know?
Yeah.
And now they all going to have to step up if Kendrick's leaving the label or whatever's going to.
Well, what did you think about that?
So I read it. Frankie read it as he was retiring from music, but I read it as he was just stopping TD and maybe taking a break. But sounded like he was still, because he said pursuing his life's work, which he's always been a writer. So like, unless he plans on writing other things, but I feel like maybe he's just leaving TD, which would kind of suck because like I feel like TD is so dope to me. Like it would kind of suck if he left to do his own thing, you know?
Well, Top Dog did tweet about it, and he is leaving TD, and he was like, they're gonna wish him well and all that other shit. He's mentioned something like that, like basically.
Okay, so he's gonna do his own.
He's gonna do one last album on TDE, and then after that, he didn't say he's gonna make more music, but he said we wish him well on whatever he does and blah blah blah, and that they're gonna continue to build artists and do their thing or whatever. But
hey, maybe
it could be him just being like, I'm out. Right? Like, it could be bad.
Yeah,
it could be bad behind the scenes. You never know. Like, it could be on some bullshit. It seems like, honestly, when it comes to TDE, we've talked about it before. Like, it seems like there's, what the fuck's the delay kind of sometimes. Their rollouts are dope and they do it well. And I get, like, you know, quality over quantity. But sometimes it's a little frustrating when you got so many artists. You should be able to pump out music more consistently.
I feel,
Right? Am I wrong?
It could. Yeah, no, dude, there definitely could be things going on. I wonder, I think it would be dope though if, you know, since we're not getting Frank Ocean for Coachella, shit, give us Kendrick. I'm fucking down. Especially now that he's saying that he's going to leave TD, like give us Kendrick with a new album again, you know, like last time.
Whoo, I could see that. I could totally see that. That would be something.
Bro, are you going to go? I mean,
go.
I want to get on. Okay. Cause I know you have to be vaccinated for all these events.
I know now you have to be vaccinated to go.
Starting October 1st starting.
You're going to have to be vaccinated. You can't even just have a negative test. That's fucking crazy.
I thought it was pretty crazy that Golden Voice decided to do it too, just because they have so many big events. Like, and I feel like I had to piss people off. You know what I mean? Especially people who already have tickets for some things.
Dude, I made a podcast about it, talking about it, like how like it's so divisive and it's annoying. Where it's like I have not heard anybody publicly say, "Hey, it's okay if you're vaccinated, and it's okay if you're not." Like nobody has the balls to say that out loud. I think it's totally okay if you are or if you're not. And like, I'm not vaccinated. I don't plan to get vaccinated. But even saying that out loud, there's a bit of me that's like, which is so weird.
Bro, when I got the shot, I felt strong.
What do you feel about people? What do you feel about like the fact that I don't know, this is kind of an off topic, whatever. But what do you think going like people getting vaccinated and still catching it and still being able to spread it seems to be like it's not really helping people not get it anymore or at all.
So I think I honestly, when I got it, my main concern was Coachella. What's happening I was thinking, oh my God, if I don't get it, I'm gonna be fucked when the festivals come up because they're gonna do this. And then after a while, after I first got it, I started feeling, oh shit, they're not gonna be able to do this. Why did I ever get vaccinated? There was no point. But now I feel so honestly, dude, like my reasons for doing it had nothing to do with any of the bullshit. It was mainly because like I want to go fucking party, and I felt like, you know what? It was like the things I saw on Twitter. You know what? I will go down the street and buy cocaine from somebody I barely know. So, you know, hook me up with a shot. What's the difference? You know, but I understand both sides. I understand why people fucking wouldn't want it, and I totally understand. Like, we haven't given it to Paul or Anthony just because like It doesn't seem like, why do they need it? You know, they're kids too. And like, I feel like, why did I even need it? I just kind of did it. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't even know I did it. You know, I saw a thing that Bill Burr talked about it once.
Either way, you should get it. Like, people should get the vaccine. I think, like, if you are in need of it, if you're worried about COVID, get the fucking vaccine. You know what I'm saying? Or whatever reasons, you know, people, I don't want to come off as if I'm trying to like shame you for getting vaccinated at all. Like
What, me?
Yeah, you or people.
Oh, no, I don't feel that way at all. Yeah, no. I'm talking about, dude. See, I don't really care. Like, see, all this shit, it's like, it trips me out that people are so just upset, both sides, you know? It's like, it's like, don't worry about each other, you know? If you're vaccinated, then technically you should be okay from them, right? Yeah. You know? So it's like, for both sides, I don't understand, you know? And, I don't understand too, though, the people that are like hardcore, like, oh, you got magnets in your skin. I'm like, bro, or like you have trackers. I'm like, bro, what about your fucking phone? Like, your phone is your bro. Literally, I was talking so much in Hawaii, and I would go on Instagram. There were ads for so much shit, and I was like, bro, like, they're already fucking listening to everything you're doing. Like, I mean, so both ways, I don't really care. If someone told me they weren't vaccinated, it's like, I don't give a fuck. I'd go kick it with you right now.
That's what
I'd do a line off of your nipple right now.
That's what I told Monica. I'm like, it's really not a big deal to me, but I'm like, it's like I'm being forced to like take a side almost. Like, it's like, if I hate
weird.
That.
I hate that. I feel like you shouldn't have to. Yeah, I feel like it's so stupid. I think that's why I think it's dumb too when I see either side like post shit online, like, unless it's like something funny, like that it's a joke, but like when it's like serious, like people like talking shit about either people who got vaccinated or the others, I'm like, man, like, you're really going out of your way, like this, like, you're really thinking about, I don't know, like, you're really thinking about these other people, like, or just, I don't know, I just feel like, fuck it, like,
I feel you.
It doesn't matter to me one way or the other. I just want to go to my fucking festivals.
That's kind of the stance I've always taken, is like, if I have to, I guess I'll have to for festivals, I guess. But fuck, if I have to get 2 and then a third one.
Oh, I don't think I'm going to do the third. I don't see why I should. I feel like I've already done my part by doing the first. Not my part, because I don't feel like.
Well, would you still be vaccinated technically if you don't get the third?
I don't know. I haven't looked into that, but I would hope so, because that's just a booster shot, like kind of how you get the flu booster, which I haven't had the flu shot in years, you know, since I was like fucking 14, you know.
So the flu has a vaccine, a first one, and then you take boosters. It's not
the flu has but the flu one people take. They take it. I think. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I don't know a lot about this. I'm not educated in this. When all this was going on, dude, in the beginning of COVID, I paid attention, and then once everything started happening, and there was Moderna and Pfizer, I didn't pay attention at all. The only reason I got signed up is because Frankie's friend worked at the hospital, so she's like, "Oh, I could get you in." So I was like, "Okay," and I didn't even know until I got there which one I was getting, because that's how educated I am. I didn't care. I was like, "All right, whatever, let's just do this." And then after I went and got a drink, Frankie got sick, but after I went and got a drink, and I felt strong, like I said, felt like I could punch a hole in the wall.
Honestly, I'm like not. I'll end it with this. It's like, I'm so not. It really matters so little to me that if I have to get it to go to Coachella, I probably will. You know, just because I'm not worried. I don't think I'm gonna fucking, like, you know, grow a third titty or something like that. But
see, that's exactly how I felt. I didn't really want it, but I felt like, I'm probably gonna need to get it. Let's just do it now. Then fuck it. Like, I don't really care.
But it's
like,
so frustrating.
I'm not tripping. Yeah, dude, I'm not tripping. Like, dude, Bill Burr said it, because I know people are like scared about it. Like, he was like, but why? He's like, if we're all sheep for getting vaccinated, why would the government want to kill off the sheep? They want people who will do whatever they say, you know? Like, if anything, they want to kill off you for not listening.
Yeah,
you know? So it's like,
I think that the thing that I worry about more is not the actual vaccine, but the overreach that the government is capable of because of the vaccine, and the way that they're going to take advantage of the entire system and what is going to come to in the future because of it all. If they can get us to take a vaccine and force us to be able to do this, they're going to take steps and steps and steps and steps and steps, and this is the beginning of those steps. You know, it's like that's what scares
I feel you. I think it's super weird that they were offering gifts and shit to get vaccinated. I was like, you're making it weird, you know? Like
everywhere.
that's weird.
Well, I hear the commercials. They're like, it's totally fine to get the vaccine. Sign up.
Yeah.
And they're making fun of people on like who are anti-vaxxers. Like they literally joke about them in commercials I hear on the radio. Like it's like and make fun of them like with like accents. I heard like the other day, like, they're not gonna take that. I'm not gonna take that vaccine. I swear to God, I heard something like that. I was like,
exactly
this
what
is
you sound like. No.
It is funny. It is funny. It's just like, damn, it feels like fucking like a movie, dude, like a futuristic movie. Like it just is. It's weird. It's weird.
Yeah,
so weird.
I thought it was a trip too, because like today when I went to the meeting for my work, they were saying that as of October, like they don't know for sure, but you're either gonna be vaccinated or you have to get tested like every day. And I'm like, damn, like that's pretty crazy, because like I was under the impression for a long time. I agree with you there, because I was always under the impression that you could not ask if somebody, like, I mean, I know you can for schools. Like when you're enrolling your kid in school, I know they ask for certain vaccinations. I get that, like measles and shit, things that have been eradicated for years. You know? But like this is like a flu type thing, and it's not the same, you know? Like I get because I get some of the other vaccines like measles, because like I've seen stories where like parents refuse to get it and then their kid gets it and their kid fucking dies, you know, because it's so rare. It's like, you know, like there is an actual cure for that. But like this is not the same thing, because most people who get it don't even fucking die. So it's like it's a little much that they're pushing it so much. They're making it weirder and weirder, and I feel like they're giving people more of a reason to be like, look, this is why I don't want it, you know, because of the way you're treating me, you know. It's weird. It is a weird thing. They're creating a divide for no reason between people, which I think is on purpose, you know, because if everybody's fighting with each other, nobody's fighting with them, you know?
You want to go into some real mind control conspiracy shit, dude? Why all of a sudden, now that the big pharma and big government have this money that they can make on the vaccines and make on booster shots and who knows what else going forward, all of a sudden now we pull out of Afghanistan and we don't need all those resources anymore. Now we're like, hey, you keep your poppy fields and all your oil or whatever the fuck else is going on out there. And we're like, hey, we'll supplement that with the vaccine.
Well, dude, people, I mean, I know in Afghanistan, though, all those people already made fucking tons of money.
True.
All those fucking war contractors. Dude, did you ever see that movie War Dogs?
Yeah.
Like, that movie was like all about how much
boy
Jonah Hill and
wait. Oh no, I was thinking about Lord of War. My bad.
Oh, Lord of War. Yeah, I think that's about a similar thing, right?
It is about guns and selling them.
And about how, like, dude, like the government makes so much money off wars, you know? And it's pretty crazy.
Oh yeah.
But back to the album.
Yeah, I was gonna say, how does it? Remember that song, "Don't Shoot, Don't Shoot"? That's a good segment.
That's one of my. Honestly, bro, that's probably my favorite song at the moment.
Let's go track for track, yeah, and just to see what we think. Darkseid. What did you think about the intro? I'll start. I initially didn't like it. I thought it was kind of a weird intro, but then as it grew on me, I started to like it more for sure.
Dude, I liked it a lot the first time. I just love the first line too. What am I supposed to do outside but get rich? And then I just like too how he's talking to his homies, like, you know, whatever's gonna keep your nose dry, I'm with it. You know, like I like, because dude, that's like a running thing that he does talk about through the album. Like on "Don't Shoot" is about something similar. Like, you know, like Southside says you ain't got nothing to live for, but doesn't mean you got nothing to lose. Like, don't shoot, you know, don't fucking do it. And it's just like with this, like, too, like, I like how he's talking about his homies. He's like, you know, and probably himself too. Like, I know you're like, you're stuck. Like, and I'm with you, dude. And it's just a dope ass song, dude. It
reminds me. It reminds me of that Tupac song where he's talking. It's I ain't mad at you. Like I had I ain't mad at you. Value.
I can see that. Yeah,
that's what it really reminded me of. At least the concept and like what he was saying.
And then I like the I don't know if did you read that article thing I sent you yesterday?
I didn't. No, I didn't get a chance.
Okay, so it was about because when he was in, it was a recent one he just did with the creator of Jack Kirby and this other dude who did a bunch of comic books for DC, and because I guess he was in rehab, Isaiah. And when he was in rehab, he started reading all these comics and shit, and he got really into it. But Darkseid is the name of a character from one of his like favorites. It's called Mr. Miracle, and because he talks about in the interview how he sees so many parallels to himself in Mr. Miracle. But Darkseid is like he's like the bad guy, and like so that's why, because he talked about this song and why he named it Darkseid, because he was saying like this song and like kind of parts of the album, he's like referred to kind of that time in his life when it was really dark, and he's like, you know, and it's because there's this running thing, I guess, in the comic where they say Darkseid is, but they don't ever say what Darkseid is, but he is, but they talk about it in the interview about how Darkseid is like this. He's all encompassing evil. He's like kind of in everything in a way. He is the evil underneath. So that's why they always say like Darkseid is like, he just is like, he's always there lurking in the background, even if he's not at the forefront, you know, he's always like that evil that follows you around, you know? And like he said, like, that's why the album starts out that way, like with Darkseid, 'cause it's kind of like, it's he said it's almost like a reminder too, you know, or like when you're in those times, it's that darkness. He said he wanted something that was dark and winding, and it's cool. I mean, it doesn't really fit into any other concept in the album, but I really like that explanation of it. And the character of Darkseid, I was looking up, I was like, oh shit, this shit is kind of dope, you know? Yeah. And yeah, it's pretty interesting. And he kind of references himself as like Mr. Miracle, like he's the good guy, you know, in this all. But Darkseid's that evil lurking, you know? And also the song is about that, you know, keeping your nose dry and staying out of that, you know?
I saw, in my opinion, like, I know I keep referencing other things, but it reminded me kind of in a way of Man on the Moon 3, and where it's kind of like this, a lot of the lessons of this album and what he's saying in this album reflect that in a way, like, you know, like, does that make sense? In the third album and in everything else, like, it was just like, this maturity of the rager kind of vibe in this album,
yeah, exactly. Yeah, like still raging, but a little more
aware,
and and not exactly stuck anymore, you know, more raging by choice than by necessity, you know,
controlling it.
A little bit of control in it. And then do the second song, From the Garden, do that fucking, just that intro on that beat, like when you hear that, like it's just like I remember it was at the end of the Lay With You music video before you seen Lay With You, the music video?
When they're in the car?
Yeah, when they're in the car rapping like the girls are rapping. But at the end of that, they have a snippet of this song way before it came out, like after the end of it. Yeah, and they play. But dude, that fucking part is just dude, the whole beat, the whole song is dope. You know, this one's just like fun, but it's like, dude, it was when I first heard the album, just because the first song I liked, and then going into this, I was like, okay, it was cool because the first song was like an intro, and then the second was like, oh, okay, this is like, all right, here we go. You know, this shit is dope. Like, it's a dope ass second song.
Perfect.
Like it almost sounds like a good first song, but it's a better second song.
For sure,
yeah, it hits. Yeah, absolutely. And dude, I don't really listen to Lil Uzi, but I kind of like his verse a lot. I didn't like it at first, but I love his verse now. Yeah. I mean, Isaiah kills it, but Uzi's verse is dope.
Yeah, hell yeah, for sure. He was dope. I like that. Definitely as a second track, it was a banger. You know, that shit is hype. That was one of my favorite first listens on the whole album.
Yeah, and he references another comic book. I've never seen the movie book, Captain Marvel. Oh wait, no, Shazam. That guy. I think. Yeah, they made not the one with Shaq or whoever. Okay. They made one recently, and the Eminem had a song in it. But he says Mr. Magic Billy Besson. Mr. Magic Billy Besson.
Oh, is that what he's saying?
But yeah. But I guess I think it's all because, like, you know, like I said, in rehab, he said he read a lot of comics and shit. But I just thought that was interesting. Point that out.
Dude, he says like I said, I think I texted you this. He's the most lyrical mumble rapper in the game, and it's like there's a reason behind that. Like he can't really, a lot of what he's saying you can't hear. Like if you're like I played the album and Monica's like halfway through the album as we were driving, she's like, "What the fuck is he saying?" Like that shit. It's like that you can't really understand at all what he's saying. You have to follow along with the lyrics to really get a lot of what he says.
But bro, like
which is good.
I kind of like that too because like I think we talked about it that night we were drunk.
Yeah,
bro, it's like Radiohead. Like you listen to a fucking Radiohead song, a lot of times I don't know what the fuck Tom York's saying, but then after you read it and you know, you're like, oh my god, you hear it perfectly clear. And that's how I feel with Isaiah too. Yeah, same thing. You're like, without the lyrics, I was like, I don't know what he's saying. And then once I read it, and now I can hear it perfectly. I'm like, oh shit, like I hear it. Like it's just like the way, you know, just like Yeah, I remember we talked about it. Like that's why I was like, fuck, like you can't talk shit about like something like Future and then not bring up how Tom York sings, because this boy can't understand shit. But once you do, you're like, fuck, this shit is dope. Like, you know,
wow, it's like
I kind of like that.
It's like a conceptual mumble rap, and that's really what it felt like, honestly. And it's like in a dope way. It's like that's why it's like perfect background music in a sense, because a lot of the shit you don't even know what he's saying. You almost put your own lyrics to it, so like you mishear a lot of what he says, you know. But that's probably a good thing, because it almost like it limits you less. Maybe even lyrics limit you in a song. You know what I mean? Maybe like if you allow the listener to create their own lyrics on certain parts, it can be a bigger song.
I also feel no, I can see that, dude. Honestly, dude, a lot of times when I put on like hip hop, like the first time I listen to it, especially if I don't, sit down with the lyrics, like I'll end up like rapping over the beats, even though they're rapping too. Like, especially with the dope beat, and it's the first time I heard it. Mm-hmm. Like I end up won't listening to whoever's rapping, because I'll start rapping over it. Then I'll have to go back. But I also like, though, like I said, like with Tom York and this, like I feel like too, like at least for me, I don't know if it's the same thing, but like you said, like the beats have their own thing. But then once I read the lyrics and I can do them with it, it almost adds like a whole nother like layer, like sound wise. Because once I can understand the lyrics, it does add to the sound, like of the I don't know, you know what I mean? Like like the beat's already amazing, and like it sounds good with what he's saying, even though I don't know. But now that I know and I could do it with it, it almost like fucking flows. Like that's what I really like him. Like there are parts that he raps that like the flow is just interesting, but it sounds so good and like so smooth when he does it, you know? It's fucking dope.
We make music, so we have like an interesting perspective of this. Like, do you think that he's consciously aware of the fact that most people don't understand what he's saying? And I mean, I'm sure he's been told, but is he actually aware? And is he playing to it purposely? Like, is this all a master plan, or is he just maybe even listening to the song so much over, or even just other rappers who do it? Like, you know how it is after you hear a song for so long, you hear it a type of way. The person who hears it the first way is going to hear it a totally different way. You know that those bars are coming up. You're expecting the next line and the next words. So you hear yourself way more crisp and clear than a person who hears it the first time. So it's like sometimes I'll listen to my old music and I haven't heard it in so long, I kind of forget it. And then like I'm like, oh, like it sounds kind of like I should have changed this. And I didn't notice that because I was so enthralled in the making of the song at the time. Like, I know it's a bunch of questions at once. I'm sorry, but what do you think?
No. So are you saying kind of like he hears it and then later he hears it again and thinks it sounds better, or thinks it sounds? I got kind of confused.
No, like basically, I'm saying at first I asked if you think that he's consciously aware that people. Yeah, he's like mumbling.
I would say maybe, but I also feel like he doesn't like consider, like I wouldn't like. Okay, so even for me, I don't really use that term too much, because like I really fuck with Future, and I really fuck with a lot of people who would be considered mumble rappers. Yeah, but like I don't really consider it that way. And I can see what you're saying though, because I guess when I first heard it, I did, but then once I got into it, I was like, oh man, I feel like it's almost taking away the music to call it that, because it's like it's also like it gives it a feeling. It gives it a feeling sometimes. It almost sounds like slurred or like syrupy, or like I don't know, the feeling of what they're talking about. So maybe he does, but I also feel like a lot of South music has always been that way. So for him, that is like the music, you know, because dude, 3 6 Mafia, like, you know, that's what I mean. Like there was all this music way before Future, and all this shit that everybody associates now with it. It's like there was this whole culture, like Hustle and Flow, dude. The movie is all about it, you know. There's a fucking whole culture down there, you know. Yeah, for sure, and definitely, like, you know, there's definitely like this southern vibe to the way he speaks and the way he makes his music, and definitely, you know, I hear that. And it's funny because I said the same thing to Timmy, and he was like, dude, no way, he's not mumble rap at all. And it was like, I think when I say mumble rap, like it's like I'm trying to put it into that box of Future and all these other guys. That's not at all what I mean. It's more so just like there's definitely like is he aware that most people just can't understand him at the very least? Like Kendrick, you know, you can hear him, and, you know, other rappers, you hear the words he's saying. Isaiah has a huge
like a tendency to really I don't want to say mumble anymore, but to like be very inaudible when he says things, and you can hear his voice, but you don't know the words he's saying. Even in the song with what the fuck is this? The score with SZA, like a lot of what he's saying is it's like and it's not a mumble, but it's like I don't know, and I just wonder, one, if he's aware of it, and two, if he plays to it. And three, which is like it's like a 3-layer question. If it could also be like how it is sometimes, like you don't notice that, like when you're making a song, like because you're hearing it over and over and over, and you're recording it, and you're in the process of making it, you're editing it, whatever, and you're hearing it so often, by the time you're ready to release it, it's almost like you're almost sick of it because you know it so well. So the person who hears it the first time is going to hear it a totally different way than you are. So for sure. So maybe because of he's in the process of listening to his music, maybe he's hearing his bars. He knows what he's saying, but he doesn't understand. I don't know. Maybe an artist can do that. Is basically what I'm saying. Because I know I can do that. Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah. No. I get what. No, dude. I think about that all the time. Because like, dude, like even with songs that I like that I haven't made. There are certain songs that I really didn't ever notice. I couldn't care for the first time I heard them. But then over repeated listens, I was like, oh shit, this shit is dope. And then it's like you want to show it to somebody. And sometimes I think about that. Like, well, the first time I heard it, it wasn't really up my alley. But then the more I heard it, the more I was like, oh man. Like, honestly, for one thing, dude, I remember I had only listened to it because I had read this crazy review about it and it sounded so interesting. But was Father John's I Love You, Honey Bear. I'd read this interview or this review of the album. I hadn't heard of him besides on that Kid Cudi song. And then I was like, oh, fuck, this sounds super interesting. I'll check it out. And the first time I heard it, I was like, oh, this is cool. It's not really for me. But then through repeated listenings, I was like, oh my God, like I love his style. Now he's one of my favorite artists. So like, I definitely think like the repeated listens. So like, even for Isaiah, like, yeah, because some of these songs I read, like, I think In the Garden or whatever, the Garden song, I think it was he said he made the beat like 4 years ago. And like, a lot of shit does sit, especially with these artists. So yeah, it probably grows on him. Because dude, honestly, I saw him tweet that Score was his favorite song. But dude, that was definitely my least favorite song for the longest time. I do like it now, but it was definitely my least favorite for a long time. And I was like, I don't know. It's still not my favorite. But I do like it now, but it's not my favorite.
On my first listen, that was my favorite song.
Really?
The whole album, yeah.
Dude, I do notice what you're saying though when he does sing on that, because he'll say like the but he doesn't always he doesn't always enunciate the T and damn it, like damn.
Well, he doesn't do that.
It just kind of fades off.
He does it a lot. Yeah,
But I feel like it's almost like kind of harmonizing in a way too, which is kind of cool.
Yeah, which
sounds
is good.
Very Southern soulful, like I don't know, it's dope. I like it.
He's using his voice as an instrument, a part of the song.
Exactly.
Yeah,
it
like
does.
Tom York.
That's how exactly. That's how I feel on some parts on the album. Like, dude, like Claymore, like that. There's nothing super significant about like crush it up nice.
Yeah,
but the way that they cut it up and like do it definitely adds to that beat, that cruising it. It's like fucking crazy.
As I'm thinking and as we're talking now, I feel like, yeah, absolutely he's aware, has to be aware that, there's an inaudible thing. He whatever the fuck. I'm sure he's aware. He has to be. He'd be, whatever the fuck. So yeah, that's answers my question. I think that it has a lot to do with the Southern vibe, like you're saying. And I think that, it's definitely a part of why he's so dope and why on your first listen of a song you can vibe with it. You don't really need to hear, it doesn't need to be all super audible and like pronounced perfectly. Yeah. So let's try to get through these tracks if we can.
Yeah. I know. I saw the time right now. Dude, R.I.P. Young, fucking one of my favorites, dude. Bitches say that I'm a cool cat. Fuck that. Tell them bitches I'm a top dog. Like that shit's just like dope as fuck. Sorry.
This is where the album went off for me. Like this is where like the album, like when I was listening, I was like, oh yeah, this is what I fucking was waiting for right here. I like the first two tracks, but when this hit, when I was on my first listen, that's when I was like, oh shit, I started standing up.
Yeah, it's not. Sorry, I'm just. Bless me.
I thought you were gonna cry.
I was gonna cry. No, dude. Yeah, this song does sound like it was off of like Clivia demo or something like that. Like it's fucking dope.
Is it? It's Sylvia demo.
A Sylvia demo? Is that how you say it?
I believe
demo?
so.
Okay. Yeah, you're probably right.
Okay.
Honestly,
I was wondering.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then, dude, yeah, this is honestly, this was one of my favorite songs when I first like got into the album.
Mm-hmm.
And then I love that. I didn't know it was a YouTube video until Danny told me, but I love that. And I'm thugged out, but I just seen a motherfucking rainbow. Like, dude, that shit was the first time I heard it. I was fucking cracking up. And then Danny came over one night and I put it on and he started cracking up. He's like, "Oh, I love this video." I was like, "I didn't know this was from a video. I thought like they made it for the album because I was dying." That's
I've heard it before. I didn't know what it was from, but I don't know what all that music that's like intertwined with it. That audio excerpt that it made it sound like real like funny, but also kind of trippy. Like it was a cool transition.
Yeah, it is. It is. It sounds like funny, but also kind of like keeps like I don't know, like a dark vibe,
like a trippy vibe. There's a lot of Cuddy vibes that I found. Cuddy kind of things, inspiration. Not inspiration, but I just reminded me of Cuddy a lot throughout.
Dude, and the production is just crazy on this. Like I feel like all the songs like are produced like they're crazy
for sure.
But dude, Lay With Ya, I mean, it's been out for a while. I fucking love this song. This is
my favorite song on the album. By far.
It was for a while, dude, and I love Duke Deuce. That fool's part is dope. Like, I love his part. And then I don't know if you've seen. Oh, what were we gonna say?
No, just I like that. Nothing. No, yeah, he's dope.
So there's I don't know how accurate this is. I haven't looked it up, but I think it is accurate. But on Rap Genius, there is like in the intro when he's saying like. The sample, it's riding in the Chevy as we also smoke the ink. And have you heard about that, smoking ink? Like,
no.
So it says, okay, so I guess ink is it's a term for weed in the Memphis area, and it's used to describe weed that's been laced with embalming fluid.
Oh, and shit, I've heard about that.
Yeah, and then I guess they smoke it to get high, and I'm like, what the fuck? And yeah, dude, I was like, that sounds nuts.
There's an episode on 6 Feet Under where the girl and the girl's boyfriend go in because it's filmed in a mortuary or at the whole.
Oh, show. Dude, you're right. I do remember that.
Oh, you seen it, huh? 6 Feet Under?
Yeah, I never saw the last 3 episodes.
Jesus Christ.
I know, bro.
Wait, and then you didn't finish Dexter. There's something else that you never watched the last episode that we've talked about. You said you never lost the very last episode. There was another one.
That was
it Dexter?
Oh, yeah, Dexter. I didn't watch then. Oh, Sons of Anarchy. I didn't watch the end either. I know what happened, dude. once I got.
You don't ever feel like unfinished business. Like, what if you died?
6 Feet Under.
You'd be a ghost until you finished it.
Dude, 6 Feet Under. I definitely feel unfinished business because I hear that last episode is one of the best last episodes. Yeah, I know. I remember you told me too. I will watch it eventually. I need to start that whole last season over though.
Let me tell you, I was like this at the edge of my bed, like this. That was back when I was getting 18 packs, drinking Bud Light 18 packs alone in my dad's house, and I was sitting at the edge of my bed just like this, just like crying, dude, like literally bawling, and just watching the last fucking 10 minutes of the series. So yeah, it's amazing. It's by far one of the best ends of a show ever. But Claymore,
dude,
or go ahead if you want.
Yeah. No. I definitely am gonna watch it because I need to just watch that whole last season over.
For sure.
But dude, and that Lay With Ya, that chick in the music videos is fine.
I only saw it once.
Oh, really? I seen that video. Well, I watch. That's normally, dude. When me and Frankie drink here now, that's like what we do. We just watch music videos and shit, you know.
Damn, that's some hood shit, bro. When Monica used to have some hood friends, and then their hood boyfriends would come over when we lived in the house with them. That's all they would do. They would put on music videos and just fucking chill.
Bro, that shit's fun, dude, and just drinking, like it's cool. I like it. I fuck with it.
Yeah.
But dude, Claymore is one of my favorite songs. I just love the beautiful. I love the chorus. It kind of, I don't know what it reminds me of, but it is. It's beautiful. It is. I like the keep it 1 1 2, and then like I said earlier, I like the crush it up, like that whole part where they break it. It's super dope. I like how the way they cut it up.
It's beautiful.
And
gorgeous song.
And then Smino's part is dope too. I didn't like it at first, but I like that guy's part a lot.
I guess you know where he's from? He's from, I think, Chicago. He's like a real low key artist from somewhere. And I should American rapper singer from St. Louis. So he's a St. Louis rapper. I guess that he has a lot of like love from St. Louis. So shout out St. Louis. But I read about him, and that it was like a long awaited collaboration that the people of St. Louis have been waiting for. So I guess this track has been there for a while. That's what I heard.
Yeah. I heard that he had wrote Isaiah said he wrote it for Smino originally, and but then I guess his album was already almost done, so they used it for his instead. This song is dope.
This is one of the better examples of how like when he is, I think he's like a lot more like audible with, you know, with his bars, and kind of like there's more of a concept in a way with this song. And on top of that, he uses his melodies in a perfect way. It's almost like, damn, you remember why? Like, I forgot that I like fucking loved Chance the Rapper because of his singing and melodies more than the way he raps in his bars. Kind of forgot that that's why I like Chance for my part, for me.
Dude, on acid rap, dude, the way he raps and some of that shit is so dope.
But it's so melodic. A lot of it is like melodic.
Yeah. I mean,
rapping.
I love when he sings too. Yeah.
So it's like a lot of his, like the way he used his voice is very melodic and played with it. But like in his later shit, it was just like he tried to spit bars. It wasn't about like playing with his voice. He's kind of gone back to it a little bit, but I got off on a tangent. But fucking, this was a beautiful example of Isaiah at his finest, at his best, firing on all cylinders in this song.
Yeah, no, I love Claymore. That was one of the first songs I really like had on repeat. He
reminds me of that track with Kendrick and that love. Is it?
That's
Love?
what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Love. What the?
It's on To Pimp a Butterfly, I think, the one you're talking about.
No,
he's talking about. I thought you were talking about Lucy.
No, I was talking about that new one. I think I was talking about Love with Is it Tahi or?
Was Zakari?
Zakari, yeah. This kind of has a Zakari vibe.
Hey, Zakari's dope. He's from TDE, and he has this one little EP, and it's actually pretty dope. I liked it a lot, actually, for a while.
Every time I hear a song with him on it, it's dope.
Yeah, he's pretty good. And then, all right, the next song, dude, this shit, I mean, it's been out for a while. The headshots for the locals, this shit is fucking, this is like old, it sounds like from the last album in a way. Because on the last album was For the Squad, right? And then this one has For the Locals.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Oh, okay. I never even noticed that. That's right.
And it kind of reminds me of that song, to be honest.
For sure.
It sounds a little bit like it, yeah.
Yeah, like this one, R.I.P. Young. What is it? Is it Craig? I always fucking forget. No, Chad. Like they got these vibes. These like just like you want to drive around and smoke a fat ass blunt. You know, that's the vibe. That's perfect. What those songs are for. A lot of the whole album.
Yeah, I actually do want to smoke a fat ass blunt. That sounds amazing. I'm not doing anything today, so I'll do that.
Speaking of a blunt, what'd you think of All Herb? Or go ahead.
That's a good transition. Yeah. No. Hey, so, okay, this song wasn't my favorite at first, but I really like it now. I mean, it's a little, I feel like in a way, it's probably one of the more like conceptual songs on the album, you know, like for sure. Like the things he's saying too. I love the, and if you did, tell me something, like, how was it? Like, how was it live and how you living? Like, it's a dope ass concept. And then from my perspective, I was saying like, cause he's comparing it all, like we're all herb, like we're all gonna burn, we're all gonna die and return. Because at the end he says, "Lay in the field, burn it down, we're all herb." You know, so it's like it was dope. You know, I like it, that kind of the idea of us, like him comparing us to like weed, but also not just weed. Like he's comparing us to like being of the earth. You know,
exactly.
we're all gonna return to it. You know, it's like it's a dope song.
It's Mufasa talking to Simba on the rock. Telling him we you know,
that's what
it's
it
a circle
is.
of life.
Mufasa.
That's what it is.
Exactly.
I love that track. One of my favorite ones.
It's a great song. Bro.
This is another banger one. That's what I'm saying. It's like it's hard for me to go towards the middle. The titles of the songs like get a little foggy to me.
Bro, hey mister, that opening, I don't know why I love it so much. I'll fucking leave, Cal. Like, I don't know why. It's just, I don't know. It starts the song up right, but dude, that song is sick. And like that second verse, the distortion they put on the verse at first, when I heard it, I was like, fuck, it makes it really hard to like hear it. But then once I knew what he's saying, I was like, dude, this shit is dope. Like, it's so, dude, I'll put it on the Instagram because I watched the Moment House yesterday and I took a couple videos. so I can put it on the Instagram. But dude, the part he does that song on like this elevator, and they're all just like jumping, and like he's just rapping, because like they do live performance during it, you know, but they do it in all these sets, and it was cool. Like I got a good video, but it looked sick the way they did it, because TDE they do good like music videos without doing a lot, you know. It's like they'll be really simple concepts, but the way they look visually and like the camera angles make them like, oh man, these are really good.
You know what I've heard about a lot of really good like TDE and like even Beyonce and a lot of that shit is that they work with a lot of up and coming like directors and shit, people who are low key but doing something different, and they kind of like work with them and get a lot of their concepts and kind of collaborate, and that's a very nice way of putting it, according to what a lot of other ways that I've heard about big guy music, you know. So when you see those really fucking, every time these people are putting out great shit, it's not like Top Dog is over there with the camera, you know what I'm saying? It's a lot of like, they work with the good people. I watched a couple YouTube videos, I guess. Who the fuck knows?
They work with the good people.
All right, true story. What do you think about this one? This was one of my like,
bro.
At first I didn't like it, honestly. My first listen, I didn't like this one.
It wasn't my favorite the first time, but bro, now I love J-Rock's verse.
Yes.
J-Rock's verse, dude. J-Rock is so dope. Like he's I feel like still, I mean, I feel like he's getting recognized now, but I feel like he's still a really underrated member of Top Dog. I feel like he's really, really fucking good. He's gangster. He's just, his last two albums have been really, really good albums. Yeah. You know, they're like very West Coast, like dope.
They were dope.
And then, dude, every time he has a guest verse, even if I don't like it at first, it eventually becomes my favorite verse on that song. Like Money Trees, J-Rock's verse is my favorite. This song, J-Rock's verse is my favorite. J-Rock ends up killing his guest verses. He's dope. I really like him.
Yeah, for sure. He has so much charisma. It's like he shines on everything every time he's on a verse, you know? Like
he does. He seems fun. Yeah, he seems like he'd be cool to kick it with too, you know? Like he's dope.
He's the most present. Like you could hear his presence on a song. Yeah, for sure.
Dude, I also really like the girl on here. I didn't understand at all what the fuck she was saying at first, but once I read it, I was like, "Oh, this shit's dope!" Like I just like her little part. It sounds good. It sounds good on it. You know, once I knew it. But dude, J-Rock kills that song for sure. That's my favorite part of that song. But it's a good song no matter what.
100%.
Oh, bro, I love this song.
What you said?
Yeah.
This has that like.
Give me while I'm driving.
Yeah.
What?
I said, it just has like a vibe to bounce to it that I fucking love.
Have you ever heard Father?
I've heard of him.
Okay, so he's like I actually really fuck with him a lot now. I started listening to him like maybe maybe like 2 or 3 years ago. Actually, now it's been a while, but he's been around forever. You know, he's just kind of smaller. But dude, this song sounds a lot like a Father song. Like the way he's even rapping sounds like the way Father raps. I don't think he's doing that on purpose though, because he said it was like based off this other Southern thing. But like Father sounds a lot like this. But dude, I love this song. And dude, I love that girl's part too. What's her name? I am Doechii. Right?
Doechii?
Yeah, I am Doechii. Yeah, dude, I fucking love her part actually. Yeah. And dude, that fucking hook, all the hoes with the shorts in the ass. And you got the all of that together. Dude, I just love the old man don't want you in the club because pussy popping starts fights in the club. Dude, dude, I could just see that coming on in the club though, and like people getting like bitches getting wild to that part, you know? Like, because I bet you bitches love that part, you know?
Oh, I'm sure.
It's a dope ass part. Yeah,
for sure. I can imagine.
Dude, but the next. Dude, this is one of my favorite. This is my favorite right now at the moment. You know.
Yeah, this one has like an everlasting kind of vibe to it. It's like a classic song. I didn't like it at all on my first listen. I almost skipped it, but then as I listened to it, but then I listened to it more, and it's like, oh, I get it now. I didn't get it at first. To me, it seemed like kind of like my first initial reaction was like, oh, this is some dumb anti-gun pushing, have an agenda song. Like this was corny. That's what I first thought. And then
bro, not at all. Yeah,
it's not. It is. It's not. It has no agenda. It definitely like anti-gun, obviously, fucking from the title. But it's like more to that, and like it's just like for whatever reason, I was in a party drunk vibe. So when this came on, I was just like, that's too deep for me. And it was like, I got turned off to it initially. But as I listen to more, it's fucking amazing, dude. It really is. I love it.
Dude, this is, like I said, it's my favorite song right now. And like, I feel like, I wouldn't say like it's anti-gun. I mean, I guess like with the name of the song, but I feel like
anti-gun,
what he's just
like politically, not like that. I didn't mean that.
Yeah, I guess like I feel like he's
gun
just
violence, like with people, us, like, you know.
Yeah, true. He's pretty much I just like though that he's saying. I just like what he's saying, dude. I love the just they say you ain't got nothing to live for, so you ain't got nothing to lose.
Yeah,
and then dude, just the way he sings it too, and then dude, I love the. I just like because that's what he's talking about when he says the outside of my dude. Like he says he's got a new drop on dubs and like how it's not always worth it, like because then you end up like it's cool. I like that he's talking about like his hood and his homies and like just kind of being better in a way or trying to be better
for sure.
Because then I like when he says too on the second verse because he says don't die my dude. They say it's gonna go down on blood. And then he says, can't blame your gods. Sometimes you got to maintain your side. But I like how he says that too, like he's saying like, I get it, sometimes you still got to like maintain your side. But, like and then he says, sometimes you just want to lay down in love though, like, cause sometimes like, bro, like it's not, I like that. Like, sometimes, and Vince Staples' newest album, he has a little part like that too. Like at one point you sometimes just got to realize like, some of the shit ain't worth it. It ain't worth showing out or being the hardest motherfucker out there, especially because in the end, it don't always, it don't always work out for you when even if you are the biggest motherfucker on the block or the hardest motherfucker, or just, it's cool. I like the message of it.
For sure.
And then I love the end when he's talking about himself, you see the habit goes both ways. They was digging in my pockets. I was digging in my pockets. He was looking to a light. I was looking for a lighter. I was fucking with the fire in the worst way. Like that shit hits hard. And I just like the, like you guys were looking for me for money and I was reaching in my pockets so I could fucking buy myself drugs. Like you guys were looking to me for a light and like my music and shit. And I was over here looking for my lighter trying to get fucked up, And I was like, he's dope. That's why I really like him because he has moments like you said where you see this storytelling and like come out and it's like, man, he's really good
for sure,
like, lyrically when he wants to be,
exactly. And when that storytelling is mixed with his amazing way of creating a vibe, it's like the ultimate echelon of music. Like he has that in him, and I'd love for it all to like I said, there's certain songs where he's firing on all cylinders. Don't shoot, a lot of other songs, like what's the other one that I was talking about? A few of them, whatever. But it's just like, damn, when he does that, it's amazing. I'd love to see him put out a fucking 12-track album that's just like on some fucking Kendrick damn shit. Which I know he can do. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. For sure. I think he could do it too.
So I have 9 minutes. I think Chad and 9 to 3 freestyle. Do you have anything deep on those?
Okay, nah. Chad, I like the hook and everything.
I love them.
There's never one of my favorites. 9 to 3 freestyle is not my favorite, but I love the opening line. I think that shit's funny as fuck, and I like the flow of it, like the the way you suck a dick, you get a B+.
Yeah,
like I think that shit's dope. Yeah, like that song's fun,
Yeah, for
it's
sure.
Fun.
And you need that.
It felt a little out of place though. For me, the 9 to 3 freestyle, I like it a lot, but it feels a little out of place on the album, just because it feels it is just a freestyle in a way.
It had an untitled MCCM vibe to it. You know what I'm saying? Remember
exactly. Exactly.
It's like kind of you need that in a way because you just kind of want. He's like as a creator, he's like, fuck, I don't care. Like I want to do it. So I understand why he did it, but whatever. Chad, I fucking love it. It's up there with my top like 4 or 5 songs of the album.
Okay.
Yeah, I love it. Score is amazing.
I do like it, dude. Score is. I really like Score now. I like that dude. Black. I think his name's Black, right? Yeah. Black.
He's
his part. Dude, he sounds like Sir, dude, on that part though. I thought it was Sir. I don't know if you like Sir, dude, but Sir's album was honestly one of TDE's best albums too. Like I thought that his last album was like, the Chasing Summers. That album, dude, the one that has like an orange. Like,
with the November song on it, no? Or is it called November? Something November?
No, that's before.
Oh, that's the one I know. I know. I love
dude.
that one.
Dude, his newest one was like, fuck,
I'll
dude.
take
I
that
think
one.
it's one of like TDE's best. But yeah, not to get off topic. But Black sounds like that to me on that song.
Yeah.
But dude, I like Score. It's never been one of my favorites, but I do like it a lot.
Has like a very authentic 90s R&B vibe, which I really loved.
It does. It does definitely have that vibe. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, that's why it grew on me, and like I like it a lot now.
Yeah.
But it's still not. Like The House is Burning, the next song, bro. Like the first time I heard it, that who's that fucking with my conscience?
Yep.
I was like, damn, this shit is dope. This whole song is dope. And this song has like Mr. Rager vibes too.
Oh, 100%.
Like,
100%.
Yeah. Hoes choosing, still empty. Fuck 'em. Like, dude, this song's dope. Like, this song is like a song like fucking get drunk and drive and just like fuck everybody, you know?
Exactly.
Like
100%.
whatever. Like, dude, yeah.
Which we would never do, but it's just like, the vibes.
And I like how he says, and raising bars like Lamar on the pogo.
What did that mean?
So I'm thinking I'm thinking it's a reference to Kendrick Lamar, because like Kendrick Lamar is like really good too. And he's saying I'm raising bars like Lamar, but then on a pogo, when you use a pogo, the bars.
Okay.
So I think it's just like a double reference, I don't know what that would be called.
He's got
like
so many like
or something.
Oh, okay. Yeah. He has so many like deep poetic bars that like it's almost like they're so deep. It's like it's so hard to truly understand. Like, and it's in a good way. So poetic and deep.
Dude, he's good. He's good.
So
he's got a way about him.
And what is happy birthday? Is it happy birthday to you? Is that what it stands for?
Yeah, happy birthday to you. Okay. Yeah.
This song right here was. This one was like this perfect. This was the perfect song right here. Perfect song to me. I love the ending. I love the way the last excerpt. To me, it was like the perfect way to end. Not only end an album, but just make a song. Like, and it's like I truly hope like the house is burning. Happy birthday to you. Like, those are the songs that I'm like, holy shit, please keep going along this lane, or I don't know what the fuck ever. That's my favorite aspect of what he does. It's like, yeah, it's beautiful. It's fucking Man on the Moon 1 vibe type shit, like level of music. Maybe not vibe, but level of music. I hate to compare, but
yeah. No, dude, this whole song, like the first part too, like it reminds me of like Kanye West,
yes,
even kind of Drake a little bit, like the way he raps on the first part, I hope it all makes sense. Like, and just the beat too, And I love that chorus, the slip and slide, I'm out of here inside the whip.
It's so beautiful. So dope. I want my payback. That shit is.
Yeah, dude, I fucking love that shit. The way it hits. And then, bro, one of my favorite lines in this whole fucking album is in the first part of this song, if you don't ever get yourself straight, who the fuck is you gonna help, man? Like, dude, I love that line. I think that line's so fucking sick, and like it's so true too. It's just dope.
100%, dude. I'm so glad that you said that right now, because that was a whole concept that I wanted to bring up to you. So I'll do it quickly. I only got fucking 6 minutes. It sucks. I have to go pick up Mila from school, so that's the only reason I have to go. But
okay, yeah.
So Jordan Peterson has this idea, and I'm sure you've heard about him saying it. It's just like get your house in order before you save the world. That's kind of like a concept he talks about a lot, which is a lot about basically like don't worry about going out and doing things for other people, and don't worry about your creating a brand and creating a business and all this other shit that people think about in the outside world. Like, take care of yourself before that. Get your life, your family in order, and your responsibilities in order, and then go and save the world. And that was kind of like a huge like concept that I heard throughout the album. And then the lyric you just said, what was it?
If you don't ever get yourself straight, who the fuck is you gonna help, man?
Yes, that I just felt that concept throughout the whole album, and it was just like this weird connection from other things I'd heard, and it was just like, damn, yeah, I don't know. It's just like I haven't heard anybody notice that connection, but it's literally the same thing that Isaiah is talking about is what Jordan Peterson talks so much about, and it's just like, damn, it's beautiful. No,
dude, that's why I love that. Even though it's like such a it's just that one line in there, like it just fucking hits, because it's true. Like I think about that too, like
for sure.
Yeah, it's like fuck. It is exactly the same thing. Like, you can't help people if you're fucked up yourself,
Exactly.
Like, you got to straighten yourself out first, I
learned that the hard way, dude. When I first started like like chilling out and like all this other shit, you know, like not wilding and learning a few things on my own, I started like projecting that onto other people and started being like, hey, you know, overly doing that. And it's like, that's when, and then I learned the hard way, like, oh shit, you know what I'm saying? Like, I got to figure my own shit out, because I'll tell somebody something like this piece of advice one day, and then the next week I'm doing the exact opposite. Like that, you're, you know, it makes no sense.
It's easy to fall on that, dude. Everybody does that, dude. What about? I feel like you'd like this line too. The in the outro. The have I been cheating myself? I'm imploding. And then she's sick and tired of listen, I'm broke. Bro,
oh my God,
shit, like,
dude.
The first time I heard it, I was like, damn, this shit is fucking sick.
I listened to that the day after Hard when I was coming down and hungover. And it was just like the perfect, like, damn, that album was really needed at that time. But yeah, man, it's fucking beautiful. There was that one line that you had mentioned about the end where it sounds like the lyrics say one thing, but it sounds like another. It's like
because originally on Rap Genius it said you are not a human being, but what it actually is saying which is even
so
doper,
much more sense.
Honestly.
Yes.
Yeah, and it does make more sense with the whole album and everything. And then also, did you notice this? Like, okay, I don't know if it's anything, but I was just conspiracy theory thinking. So the beginning of the album starts with that tape. You hear the tape being put in. It kind of sounds like the beginning of Section 80 in a way, but at the end of the album, between that first part of that last song and You Are Now a Human Being, right before that plays, the tape changes, like it comes out. But I mean, I'm guessing it's because this is just an outro, but I was like, maybe this is part of another project or something, because it's separated by that tape thing, and then the tape thing goes on again before the album starts, and just that part is off of the tape. I'm not saying they would do something like that, but they could. It would be kind of cool. Yeah. Just because that part sounds so significantly different than the rest of the album, too.
He said to someone on Reddit that he thought that nobody was going to like that part.
Oh, dude, that's amazing. Maybe that's
he tweeted it. He tweeted it. I tweeted back at him too. Like, shut the fuck up, bro. You know that.
Shut the fuck up, bro.
All right, bro. I gotta go.
Yeah. No. Go ahead. Get Mila. Have fun tonight, bro. Be safe. Let me know how it is.
Hell yeah, dude. Right. Their tickets are. I don't know if you're doing anything, but there's tickets that I see on there for $45. I don't know. So I know you probably want to.
I thought they were sold out
on StubHub. That's where I get all my tickets, even if they're sold out. I always get them on StubHub. But
all right, I'll check it out. I'm a little broke right now, but I'll check it out.
Yeah,
but either way,
I'll be out there. Maybe I'll hit you up on the way out.
Hit me up. I'll be home. So hit me up. But either way, have fun, and I'm gonna do the intro and all that, and I'll have it sent to you and shit.
For sure.
So, all right.
Peace out, man.
Subscribe. Bye, guys.
All that good shit. Later, everyone.